Woo! What's going on, guys? Mark Orem, Orum's Forum, Orum's Den in the house. What's going on, guys? It's a Saturday night. Completely forgot that the Michigan Wolverines are playing at 7:30, so hopefully I get some people in the chat. Let's say hi to some guys. We only got 5 viewing, couple in the building. My boy 9 drinks with a woo. What's going on, my friend? We're Riley Elder. Let's go. Let's go, Riley. How you feeling tonight, guys? I couldn't get a stream going during the week after or before that Packers game. Sorry, fellas. I'm trying to get one in. I'll try to get one in pretty early next week, but I like that bling. What's going on, Manny DC5? What's up, my friend? Looking good, brother. Justin May the Rapper, obsessed Detroit Lions fan up in the year from Rochester Hills, Michigan. Go Lions win us the Super Bowl before the day I die. That's what we want, brother. That's what we want. Shout out to Windsor. Love it. Yeah, man. The Single Dad Club, my guy. Woo! Love it. LM. Yo. What's up, bro? What's up, my friend? How you guys doing on a Saturday? Let's do a quick podcast. Maybe talk for about an hour. I've been a little bit busy this week, even though I'm laid off, man. Got ourselves a new puppy. Man, it's like having a kid. It's like having a kid again. He's just not even 2 months old yet. And woo! Wow. That little legend is a spitball. He's acting up just before I got on the show, too. That's why I was a couple minutes late, man. We were trying to figure out some things. But he's a good he's a good little shooter, though. His name is Barry. And I'll show you pictures of him eventually. I'll show you. He hasn't been able to come downstairs just yet because we're not introducing him to the whole house just yet. But yeah, man, new puppy in the Orum's family. Barry is his name. 2 months old, not even. He just turned 2 months old. He was born on August 6th. So, oof, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. So it's good times. But how's everybody doing, man? It's Saturday night. I forgot the Michigan game was on. Sorry about that, guys. Trying to get a podcast in as I didn't really get one in last week, I don't think. Or, I just couldn't. I should be doing new lines wraps on my YouTube channel, so be prepared. We'll be prepared, bro. We'll be prepared. Well, let's check it out. Let's see what you got, Justin May the Rapper. I'm excited to see it. First and not the Central, but the North. That's right, brother. We're first in the North. Feels good to be first in the North. It feels really good. Lions are playing good football right now. Defense is incredible. They're playing incredible defense right now. And just think about it, guys. Last year at this time, our defense, and overall, we were probably like 29th, 30th, maybe even 32nd, maybe even the worst in the league. Right now, we are. I got this written down here. I just did a show. Right now, our total defense right now, overall, we're 4th overall defense in the NFL. Number 1 in rush defense. Number 2 in rush per. That's why it's per carry. We only give up 3 yards a carry. That's 2nd in the league. NFL total. 18th. We're 18th in passing though. That's yards, 219.8 yards. QBR 14th, but all high grades. Sacks, we're tied for 5th with 13. We're 11th in converting third downs into first downs. Possession, we're off the field pretty fast at 27 minutes and 29 seconds. That's our average time on the field. That puts us at 6th. And we're only giving up 20.8 points a game, and that puts us at 11. So our defense is playing fantastic. Fantastic, guys. Offense is clicking. Offense hasn't been as potent as it was last year, but Goff's efficient. The run game's starting to go. Sounds good. So your dog name is Barry. Your shirt's not Barry. It's Barry as in Barry, as in Barry Sanders, brother. That's the name of the dog. Well, let's say hi to some guys in the building that came in. What up, my boy Jorge Cantu? What's up, brother? I'll come back to him, Manny. I'm just saying hi to some guys. Soul Surfer, what's up, Mark? Let's go. What's up, Soul Surfer? How you doing? My boy Roy Boy with those 4-0 San Francisco 49ers. What's going on, Roy? How you doing, man? 49ers looking good, brother. Good matchup Sunday night, though. Excited to watch that game when I come back from that Lions game tomorrow. I'm excited to watch that matchup. That's a Sunday nighter. Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. My Irish are losing so far from elite. How about them Lions? Hey, man. I haven't watched really any college ball. I haven't been really keeping up with the college ball this year, man. I'll be honest. I kind of wait till the end of the year. Yeah, this year it's been really bad, though. I haven't really watched any. Watched a couple Michigan games. Really have did some here and there, but nothing concrete, man. I can't even tell you who's who right now. So I need to catch up, but I don't even know who Notre Dame's playing, my friend. But let's get back to some questions. Thoughts on our offensive game plan without Gibbs and Saint. David Montgomery, 32 touches with a question mark. Hey, bro, I said it earlier. I did a podcast at a friend's house earlier. Check it out too, guys. If you guys are on Facebook, come follow me on Facebook, Mark Orem, and then you follow a Facebook page called SSN 5 Reppin REP apostrophe N the 519. The 519 is the area code for where I live, Windsor, Ontario. It's a Windsor-based sports show, and it's all like based off pretty much Detroit, though, like Detroit Red Wings, Detroit Lions. We don't do any Pistons. I do the Lions with a buddy of mine named Derek Sylvester, nicknamed Sly. We do a show called Lions Forum with Sly and Orem. And we were over there doing a podcast earlier today because I'm not going to be at the game, because I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to be at the game tomorrow. But yeah, man, I was talking about possibly with no Gibbs and Saint. I think they're going to run the football anyways, Manny. I think they're going to run the football because the Carolina Panthers, they struggle a little bit against the run, giving up 130. I got it written down. I come prepared, my friend. I come prepared. So, do a little bit of research. It goes a long way. You know what I mean? You have to do some research. So defense, the thing is about this Carolina defense, it's not good. It's not great defense or anything like that, but they're a little bit underrated. You can run on them. You struggle against the pass, though. Teams struggle. They give fits to quarterbacks. They can get to the quarterback. They're very good rushing the passer. And they have a decent secondary, even though they're banged up. But they got some guys, man, who can play. But they play the pass very well as a team. Now, there are sixth in the NFL with passing yards per game, only giving up 176.8 yards per game. So, sometimes you got to look at who they played. And, Carolina played. I don't even know who the hell they played, man. They played Minnesota, right? They played. But I don't even know. I don't even know. I think they might have played the Saints. I can't really tell you. But you have to look at that too a little bit. But their defense is underrated. So I expect, like you said, 32 touches, no Gibbs. It doesn't look like it. Doubtful, 75% chance he's not playing. That's what usually doubtful tag means. Saint, too, doubtful. And I know these guys are going to try to get on the field, especially a guy like St. Brown. They're going to try to convince somebody that they can go tomorrow. And they need to be careful. But, yeah, David Montgomery, Craig Reynolds, Zonovan Knight. I expect a heavy dose of running and a lot of play action. So, David Montgomery, fire him up in fantasy. I got him going in one league. Right now, I have to restore the roar. I'm proud of my YouTube channel. Hell yeah, brother. Michigan is up 10 to zip already. Jesus. Game just started. 7:30 start or 8 o'clock start? They should walk all over Minnesota anyways. Who's first in the league in rush defense? Just said it. You knew the answer. I knew you did. I know you did. Number one, brother, 60.8 yards per rush a game for the Detroit Lions. We were like 31st, I think, at this point last year, giving up like 140 yards, something a game, maybe even more, 150. We were abysmal last year at this point. So 60.8 yards per game, man. We are playing really good defense, guys. Really good. SOL fans getting upset about Gibbs. I know. I've seen it. We should have drafted this guy. We should have drafted that guy. You know, you got the same guys that are running their mouths about Christian Gonzalez, man. You know, Christian Gonzalez, man, why didn't we draft him? So for the year now. It just happens. You know, injuries happen. And the funny thing is, man, people talk about Jalen Carter, and that's great, man. I'm great that the young man's having success. I really am. I'm happy for the guy. I could care less that he's on Philadelphia Eagles, though. But everybody keeps disrespecting, and I've done it too. So I'm guilty as charged. I raise my hand. I was asking where the hell Liam McNeil was during the first couple games of the year because I didn't know where he was. I completely forgot he was even on his team. But the last 2 games, he has absolutely balled out, Liam McNeil. And I'm not saying Liam McNeil is Jalen Carter, but Liam McNeil is playing lights out football right now. And that's what we wanted to see. And that's probably a reason why maybe Brad Holmes, a part of it, didn't draft Jalen Carter. And again, I'm not saying Liam McNeil is Jalen Carter. There's no way in the world I'm saying that. Liam McNeil was a 3rd-round pick out of NC State. Jalen Carter was a 1st-round guy, picked 9th overall by the Eagles. Was projected to be a top 3 guy. Has some problems going on. You know, some rumors going on about his work ethic, blah, blah, blah. With the car wreck, everything started adding up. He dropped a little bit in the draft. Okay? Dropped a little bit in the draft. He was interviewed by quite a few teams, and quite a few teams passed on him for a reason. And I'm not saying he's a bad kid. I don't know him personally. I wasn't in the room. I don't know. But I trust Brad Holmes right now. And I know they're going to rip apart Brad Holmes because Gibbs is out now. Gibbs is out. You know, he pulled a hamstring, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago in practice. So we got to tweak. You know what I mean? So people just – football is it's a funny sport. It's day to day. It's week to week. You know, one day you're a hero. Next day you're a zero. It's exactly the way it is, man. Have you talked to John Kapler? I haven't talked to him, bro. What's going on, my man, Chrome? Chrome the man. Woo! He is, Roy. He is 9 drinks. He is, Roy boy. Love the Red Wings. Have fun at the game, Mark. Thanks, brother. I'm a Habs fan myself. I do like the Red Wings, though. I don't put too much I don't bash them too much. You know, I have a lot of buddies that are Red Wings fans, and I like to grind the gears with those guys. But I like to see the Red Wings have success, but I am a Montreal Canadiens fan. Hey, what's going on, Jaquan Gordy? What's going on, brother? What up, Mark? Do you want to take time to say thanks to the support as my family are going through this very difficult time? Yeah, shout out, man, brother. Hey, man, sorry to hear that, man. Sorry about the bad news, dude. Positive vibes, bro. And everybody give some positive vibes, prayers to Jaquan Gordy, going through some stuff, man, and his family. You know, losing a loved one sucks, brother. And I'm really, really sorry about it, dude. I really am. I feel for you, bro. Hopefully things are looking up in the future. 10-3, 9 drinks. What's up, bro? Chrome, no drinks. Yeah. I'm more worried about Branch being out than anybody else. That's a big loss. It's a significant loss because you're going to see Will Harris out there more. You're going to see Will Harris out there. You're going to see Chase Lucas. You're going to see Ife Melifonwu, who's been playing some good ball, actually. Will Harris actually hasn't been that bad. You know, he actually hasn't been that bad when he's come in. So it's been in spots, right? So we haven't seen him a lot. But we're going to see, I think, a lot of Harris. He could start tomorrow. Will Harris could start. You know, he's a versatile DB that they throw everywhere. The guy plays everywhere in the secondary in that DB in that DB room. So, you know, is it going to be Chase? Is it going to be Will? Is it going to be Ife? Is it going to be this guy? Is it going to be that guy? Maybe they push Jacobs to the inside. Maybe there's going to be some things going on, man. I think it's going to be a mixed bag. Aaron Glenn's got some work to do because he's missing a really, really good player, Brian Branch. If we make a playoff push, I'm afraid we'll lose both our coordinators next year. I think so too, bro. But the thing is, Manny, it's a positive thing. I know it sucks to lose a guy like Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, who's coaching lights out right now. Coaching lights out. We might lose them both, like you said, but that's the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like that. The football is, hey, man, come from a coaching tree. If we can just keep pushing guys out the door to have success as a head coach somewhere else, I think it's a positive thing because that means we're doing good things. That means the Lions organization is doing good things on offense, on defense, whatever type of coordinator that they are showing that they belong. And it's nothing but a positive thing. Now you just got to replenish. It's all about replenishing. It's all about hiring the right guys. And I trust right now, as we speak, I trust guys like Dan Campbell to find that right fit. Yeah, exactly. Will Harris is going to fill that spot, and that's scary. We're going to see him probably majority of the game. They love his versatility. He's got the experience over guys like Jacobs and Lucas. You know what I mean? If he's been, kind of playing better football. So it's going to be interesting. Do you think Swift has 1,000 rushing this year? He could. He stays healthy, he will. I don't think he's going to stay healthy. But, hey, man, as another guy, fantastic. You're having a great year. I love it. I don't want to hear it every 5-10 minutes from every Lions fan about how we dropped the ball on that. He was never healthy here, Riley. And I'm not attacking you, my friend. I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying it's like, my God, look what he's doing. Well, why didn't he do that here? He had a handful of good games. In Detroit, a handful. And that's it. He didn't do much over here, man. You know what I mean? He caught a few balls out of the backfield. He rushed for, I don't think he ever rushed for over 700 yards or 600 yards. He's always hurt. And if he wasn't hurt, he was always limited. And if he wasn't limited, he'd have a great game and then he'd become limited. So, and I think he does have 1,000, though. He stays healthy, he'll get 1,000 easy behind that great O-line, that great team. And Hurts isn't even having a good year. Jalen Hurts, he's not even doing much. You know what I mean? He's not even having a good year, but it's a scary team because they got weapons all across the board. You got A.J. Brown, you got Devonta Smith, you got Dallas Goedert, who I don't think gets even used enough. But that O-line is what their team is all about. That O-line and D-line is the makeup of that team. And Swift will get it. I think he gets hurt, though. And I'm not calling for him to get hurt, praying and hoping he does. But maybe it will shut some of these Lions fans that rip apart Brad Holmes for drafting a guy like Gibbs. I don't know how you feel about it, Riley. You got your own opinion. Hey, man, I love the Swift here. I did love him, but I knew the time was up. 3-4 years in, and you're still hurt. You're always banged up. Time to go. You know what I mean? They weren't going to get anything for him, I didn't think. We ended up getting, what, a 4th-round pick? Come on. You know what I mean? So I was happy with that, and I'm happy for him. He's doing well in Philly. He's back home. It's where he's from, his favorite team. I wish he would have played like that more here. He only had a handful of games like that here, man. And it's like, we saw the talent. It was never about the talent with DeAndre. It was always about the availability, and it just wasn't there sometimes. McNeil is 3 years in the system. Now he's going to make a big jump. And we called it. Man. A lot of us called it. I needed to see, he played well at the end of the year last year. He was looking like that 3rd-round pick. Like Holmes might have found a little bit of a gem in the 3rd round, and he's playing good football now, man. He had a couple stink bombs his first games of the season, first 2 games, and now he's got it going. So, he worked on that pass rush. He's got 2 sacks on the year in 4 games. He's stuffing the run better. So let's hope he continues against Carolina, because Carolina's got absolute dog shit guards, and they should absolutely abuse those guards. So that's where he lives. He's a defensive tackle. So let's go. Hatter's House 710 in the building. Woo! Goal line. What's up, brother? Carter was only drafted as early as he was because Eagles had some college teammates of his that they felt could keep him in line. I agree with most of that. About Carter, bro, he is a phenomenal talent. He is a great talent. He was projected well before the draft to go even like top 2, top 3. Fell because of the car wreck. There were some rumors going around that his terrible work ethic, didn't care about football. It was all about the brand. He was this and that. He was gang banging, dumb shit like that. And I think a lot of it wasn't even proven. A lot of it's hearsay. And some people say that kind of stuff is planted. So he does drop. Oh yeah, man, he's hanging out with the wrong crowd. He's doing this. He just cares about maybe partying, being with women. Doesn't care about football. Football's second nature. Football is just, it's back here. Football's back, and it's on the back burner. I'll play when I play. If I do good, I do good. I don't care, man. I just want to party. I want to make money. But right now, he's proving everybody. He's proven some guys wrong. I don't want to say wrong because, maybe they misfired. Maybe Holmes misfired. I like what they did. I still to this day think that they were drafting Devin Witherspoon. I really do. I really think they were drafting Devin Witherspoon, and he got drafted at 5 by Seattle. And Holmes jumped ship. He's like, I'm gone. I'm dropping down. I'm acquiring some picks, and I'm going to take the playmaker at 12. He took a playmaker, and I don't want to say that he's struggled, Gibbs, because his yards per carry I think is pretty decent. I don't think it's terrible. I got to go look at it again, but he ran for like 5 yards per carry his last game against Green Bay. So, he's doing some things. He's hurt now. Got a hammy. Let's hope it doesn't linger. God bless Gordy, for sure, brother. All fan base that suffers, but the Eagles are the worst. They are the worst. Where's Brent eating steak and lobster? LOL. Probably good for him. Alan Nelson, what's up? Now that Gibbs is out, what should we do about our offense? Will Dylan Drummond make an impact? Well, he got called up. He got called up from the practice squad. I kind of made that call as well too on my preview. Go check it out. I said they're either going to call Dylan Drummond or maybe Maurice Alexander. I thought it would have been Maurice Alexander before Drummond, but I'm happy with Drummond. I have no problem with it. But I think they're going to run the hell of the football, bro. I think they were running the hell of the football with Gibbs in or out, with St. Brown in or out as well. Carolina can be run on. They got an underrated defense, but they can be run on. And Sam Laporte is going to need to come up big too. A lot of play action because they're going to have to freeze those linebackers, freeze some of those defensive linemen as much as they can, stall them because they have a good pass rush. So, I expect them to run the hell of the ball, that's for sure. Put Gilmore in. You could see Gilmore in there too. Gilmore could get some playing time. I think he went for a couple snaps against Atlanta. I don't know what he did against Green Bay. I don't remember. So Philly has the Rams this weekend. Let's see how Swifty plays. I don't think he stays healthy. Yeah, man. The Rams are playing, decent football. They're up and down. They got a good offense. Matty Stafford's doing his thing. Defense is so-and-so. Doesn't play that great. Plays good, plays bad. So, the Rams, man, they're a little bit sneaky right now. So that could be a pretty good game. Swift didn't want to be in Detroit. It didn't seem like it. I don't think he ever really complained being here. But if you watch Philly games, man, he looks like a completely different human being. He looks like a completely different man. Running the ball at will, catching the ball. He looks faster. He looks young. You know what I mean? He's not old by any stretch, man. Was he 25, 26 years old? He's not even he's not even old. I'm just saying he just looks like a brand new kid. He just looks brand new. I just think he's more happy. He's happy to be in Philly, man. And, they're a Super Bowl contending team. Let's just face it, single dad. Let's just face it, bro. And, he's happy. He's home. Good for him. It's a contract year for Swift, that too. So he's going to play balls out. Exactly. Contract year, man. I don't know how he's going to get paid, but it looks like now that the league's kind of like, at first, all these running backs weren't getting paid. Now you just saw Jonathan Taylor get extended. You saw some of these one-year deals, guys like Barkley getting paid a little bit. There's going to be some guys coming up. You're going to see more and more of these running backs getting paid a little bit more. I still think Swift is going to be a 1 or 2 year guy. I don't think anybody's going to give him a 4-year deal to DeAndre just because of his history. But as of right now, he's going to get the bag. I don't think he's going to get Saquon Barkley or CMC money or whatever, Kamara money, whatever. Whoever's the highest paid guy, I think it's CMC, but he's not going to get that type of money, that type of contract, but he's going to get paid. He's going to get absolutely paid. So, and some team will give him a 1-2 year deal. Maybe Philly again. Who knows? Philly likes to move on, though, man. Philly could just be churning out guys left and right. The more Swift plays, the more it seems like he kind of dogged it in Detroit. I feel it too, man. I feel that a little bit too. And I don't want to make this a bashing of DeAndre Swift, but I watched a couple Philly games this year, and he just looks like a different person. He's running harder than I've ever seen. He just looks really good, and he had those moments here, but not enough, and hey, man, being on a losing team kind of does that, but still it's a little bit of an excuse. He needs to be better. And he was good here, but he wasn't great. He had some great moments, but he's looking like a superstar in Philly right now. He really is. All these injuries are really testing the Lions' depth. Absolutely it is, man. We got a lot of guys out, guys. 4 or 5 guys now. Like, for sure. You know what I mean? Kabinda, no big deal. Brian Branch is going to be out. It looks like Amon-Ra's out. James Mitchell's out. Not a big deal. He's got that doubtful tag. Now Gibbs is doubtful. Those guys won't play. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 5 guys possibly being out. Some guys are coming back, though. Emmanuel Mosley. Looks like Kirby Joseph is coming back. Will we see Julian Akwara? I think he got activated to the 53. I'm pretty sure he did. So we got guys coming back, and we lost a couple guys. So just hopefully it makes up for it. What's going on, Justin? Thanks for coming in, brother. Big guns. Justin in the house. Hey, Perry Ball. Doing pretty well, man. How are you, my friend? Brent DeWitt. What's going on, my man? Looking good in the avatar. Hey, Mark, late to the party again. When Philly's playing a must-have game, supposed to be hurt on sidelines, book it. He's just one of those guys that you're waiting for him to get hurt, right? Like, I'm not praying he gets hurt, but it's like every time he touches the ball, you're like, oh shit, is he going down? He just pops right back up. That legend just pops right back up, man. So, he's looking good right now. He's looking good in Philly. We got to give him some props a little bit. Oops, there he is. Yeah, man. What's up, Dom the Bandit? What's up, Mark? I'm worried about our laundry list of players. We have like 10 people questionable. Yeah, and most of the guys that are questionable, like Reynolds, Decker, Vaitai, Mosley, Joseph, I think they're all going to play. The guys that aren't playing, like Williams just got activated to the 53, so he's a go for sure. J-Mo. The guys that are missing, bro, Kabinda, Branch, probably Amon-Ra, probably Gibbs. It looks like they're going to be for sure out, and James Mitchell. So, yeah, we're losing a couple guys. We're gaining a couple guys back. But, yes, it is a lengthy list. And, hey, they got guys out too, man. Carolina's got Xavier Woods. That's a really good free safety for them. He's out. Austin Corbett, who hasn't been playing well at all, I don't think. Hasn't been playing well at all. I think it's Corbett. Or, no, it's the other. No, it's not Corbett. It's the other guard. It could be Corbett. It could be Corbett. I should have done my homework a little bit more. But their guards, plural, have been really bad this year. That's where all the pressure's coming in. Bryce Young's been hit like a million times. He's been sacked a million times. So, yeah, their guard play has been really bad. But they got some guys out, man. Like Woods, Corbett possibly, Deontay Jackson, who's a starting corner. They have a good secondary, though. But they got some guys out, too. So it's not just us, bro. It's the Carolina football Panthers as well. They need to use Gibbs. He can't make plays if you don't give him the ball. He's probably not playing, bro. He is not playing. We got great depth. I'm not worried about depth is better than what the Panthers have shown. Exactly. The biggest thing I'd be worried about if they were playing hard for that first win. And I think they will, man. Winless teams are probably the scariest teams to play. They really are. They're kind of like the season isn't over. We're only 5 weeks in, but, they need to get that win, man. They need to get that. We just saw what happened in Washington. The Commanders, they walked in, home game, prime time, and Chicago walked in there and took a dump on their chests, took an absolute shit in their mouth. That's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did, man. Chicago looked really good. They looked like a really good football team yesterday against the Commanders. And the Commanders aren't a great team, but they're not a terrible team. So, you know what I mean? That was a team that desperately needed a win and played balls to the wall. 2 road games after the Panthers. Yeah, but Tampa Bay and who else? I'm on your side of the river today. Patty Grimes. What are you doing over here, my friend? Part of that Swift shit with two was when you go from Patricia era to a rebuilding 3-10-1 team. I think he just lost his swag and drive, but he definitely played himself out of Detroit at the time. For sure. It was time to go. And most of the people knew about it, knew that it was time to go. There's always going to be a handful of people that just think that he's a Detroit Lion. He should always stay a Detroit Lion. That's not the way it works. They weren't going to do it, man. He was 3 years in here, 3 years hurt, always banged up, always limited. He had a couple good moments, but it was time to go, man. Running backs are not really treated well, even though they're starting to get paid a little bit more now again. Jonathan Taylor just got paid 3 years, $42 million. Exactly. That was a guy that was on his way to Miami. That was a guy that was pretty much on his way to Miami, but that got nixed somehow. Didn't happen. And now he's a Colt. He didn't even want to be there. That guy's also all about money. And I don't care. Make your money, young man. Don't give a damn. So that's what, like $14, $15 million, whatever the hell he's making a year. Good for him. I got no issues with that. But he's a guy that got a lot of tread on the tires. A lot of tread on the tires. And, you know, I'd like to see that contract because if they were smart, the Colts, they got an early out on there. Percy Maher. What's up? What's going on, my friend? Keep up the great work, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, buddy. How you doing, brother? Hopefully everything's good. Well, I think a lot of that lack of performance has to do with Deuce Staley riding him so much. Yeah, it's football, bro. That's football. Deuce wanted a certain type of guy. You know, maybe Deuce was on him, hard on him a little bit, but you know, we saw from Hard Knocks that he was pretty hard on the kid. I think he wanted him to be great, and I think it looked like at times DeAndre had a bad attitude. And I'm not here to bash DeAndre. Like I said earlier, I don't want to bash the guy. I liked him. I liked DeAndre. I wish it could have worked out here, but it didn't. Anton, Lions did the right thing, but when I was Swift, we have 2 backs right now on that can ball. Yeah, you know, I love the Montgomery signing. I think he's a better running back than Jamal Williams. He's running well. Gibbs is a little bit banged up right now. We're not going to have him for at least a game, maybe 2. Can we please, for the love of God, get rid of Kabinda? I don't understand the love fest for him either, bro. You know, that fullback position is is a dead. It's dead in the water to me. It really is. You know, unless you're a really good one like they got over there in San Francisco, that the Juice, whatever they call his name, they use him pretty well, but he's nowhere near anything like that. So I'm just worried Goff's contract has the ability to stranglehold the team as far as keeping other talent. Yeah, it just all depends on how much he makes, right? He's making what, $31 million right now, $31 to $33 million. I'm kind of guessing right now. He's going to get if he re-signs here, he's getting re-upped. He's getting re-upped. That contract's going to be a little bit bigger. I hope they don't go too far north of 40. You know, I've warmed up to Goff. I don't know if anybody else really has. You know, I'm sure people have, but I was right against that trade, man, from get-go. It took me 2 years to get over it. Because let's be honest, 2021 was a train wreck up until the last 6-7 games of the year. He started playing better. 2022 started playing good, had a couple bad games though. When injuries happened, it looks like he kind of like was lost. When St. Brown went down, he looked like, oh boy, man, I don't know what to do. And we're going to we possibly see that tomorrow. But he's for the majority of the 2022 season last year, he played fantastic. He was a top 10 quarterback, easily top 10. And, you know, they've been talking about, it seems like they've been talking about it for a long time, about possibly re-upping him. So either my guess is he's asking for too much, right? And it's just this is just a guess. I don't know jack, but he's asking for too much. And they're nowhere close to what he really wants. Like, that's the only thing I can really think of. Or I think the deal would have been done by now. Or unless they really love Hendon Hooker and they just are using Goff, you know, as a bridge. But I can't make any accurate statement on that. I have nothing to go on. Like I tell you guys before, just some guys that I talk to behind the scenes, you know, some Lions guys, they don't tell me much about it, man. The Goff thing is kind of like everyone's kind of, you know, treading water on it. Nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. They know that this regime loves Hendon Hooker, but they also love Jared Goff. So it's kind of like flip a coin right now as an opinion. I don't really know. So we'll know later. I'm going to start that opinion, though. Justin, that's a solid opinion, brother. 17-3 for the Michigan. Yeah, they're going to roll that team. I'm down on Kabinda move for sure. Rather have another play in the mix by now. Yeah, man. I've been begging for Kabinda to be, and I don't dislike Kabinda. I just think, you know, he's a great special teamer, and he blocks like hell. But man, this ain't the 80s, man. Touchdown, Michigan. Boom. I'm in Canada. Yeah. Well, what the hell are you doing over here? 17-3 Michigan, boom. This pass rush is going to be a big test for the offensive line. Yeah, they have a great pass rush, bro. Derek Brown get to the quarterback. Brian Burns is a menace. Brian Burns is an absolute menace. Frankie Louvu can get to the quarterback. They got other guys that can get there. Who's the other defensive end there? They got Derek Brown, who's playing a lot of defensive end this year, actually. But he's DT defensive end. Brian Burns, Frankie Louvu, Justin Houston, who hasn't done much, but they have a decent secondary, and Henderson, Von Bell, Woods being out does hurt them. Jeremy Chin, they got some ballers, man. That defense is, if you look at their rankings, not very good, but they really good against the pass. So it's going to be a very good, very good test for this whole line. Jorge, if Deuce riding him hard, made him play shitty, then what you're saying is that Swift isn't good under that kind of pressure, and that's the case, he needs to get out of the kitchen. That's how I kind of feel too, man. It's football, bro. Some players fit better on different teams. Swift didn't want to be here, just need a fresh start. At the end of the day, he was not having impact here, so we move on. Exactly. That's a good one, Perry. I like that one. Justin getting a star too. I'm starring guys up tonight, guys. I'm starring up messages. I'm starring up statements because I'm really liking it tonight. Dom the Bandit. I trust Goff. He's really evolved these past 2 years. He is unstoppable at home. That he is. And I just starred you. I'm on a rampage. I like Goff at home. I feel way more comfortable at home than I do on the road with Goff. I really do. And I don't think he played a bad game in Green Bay either, man. He had that one pick, and then all of a sudden, boom, let's go. But yes, at home, he's a different team. It's a different offense, man. They just play really, really well. It's a good time for the backups to get some game experience. It will come handy later. Agreed, Soul Surfer. Absolutely. That's Soul Surfer. Mark, get that spare room ready for Patty. Now, you got to ask my wife about that one. Hey, man, you ever need a place to crash, though? I don't care. I sleep downstairs in my basement, man. It's comfortable down here. It's nice and cool. Sleep in the man room. 17-3. Sean Little, what's up? 17-3 Michigan right now. Boom, let's go. Put a beating on those Minnesota Golden Gophers. That's what we're playing, right? They are now the hunted. Gary, what's going on, brother? I'm gonna star you just for that, man. I haven't really seen you in here, Gary. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I appreciate you in here, man. They are now the hunted. That is true. I'm with Justin. Cabin is a wasted roster spot. In my opinion, we have enough depth on special teams. Time for MCDC to make the decision. He doesn't want to. Yeah, well, he's hurt right now, right? So he's hurt right now, so he's not really taking up any roster spots. Well, he is taking up roster spots, but because he's not on the IR. But they like him, man. They like his versatility. They like he plays special teams. He's an emergency linebacker. I don't know, man. I agree, though, man. I think it needs to be gone. Josh Reynolds has 100% first-down percentage on catches. Should we target him more? 100% we should. 100% on that 100%, Riley. It's a nice pick. That's a nice question. I think he should. I think he's a very underrated wide receiver. He's got that familiarity with Jared from the LA Rams days. He's going to have to come up big tomorrow. He's going to come up big. He's basically going to be wide receiver 1 tomorrow. Josh Reynolds. He will. He should be. He deserves it. They're not going to hand the keys over to J-Mo. J-Mo's still got to get acclimated into the system. So they'll have plays written up for J-Mo, but yeah, man, we need to get Josh Reynolds involved a little more. He's having a very underrated year. No one talks about him, and that's fine. That's fine. He had that stinker against Atlanta. I think he was playing as a decoy, which really pissed me off too because I had him in fantasy and I played him against Atlanta, and he had 0 targets for 0 yards. So, yeah, but he had a couple big catches against Green Bay, and he's had a couple big games. I suppose being going to the Monday night game. You're supposed to be going to the Monday night game? That's awesome, bro. I want to go to that one too. Tickets are absolutely outrageous, though. We need a fullback that run and catch. You need to do more than block. I want that position gone. Because there's not a lot of the guys that do that. There's not a lot of fullbacks that run, catch, and block. If you guy a Honda mope, don't step in front of me. Uh-oh. Patty, you been drinking? Oh, I got the hiccups. Patty's been drinking, guys. The cab goes up every year, and over the time, the deal will be cheaper. Yeah, exactly. See a guy, don't walk in front of me. Uh-oh. You're not driving, right? Or are you on one of those mopeds? On a Honda moped? Oh, God. Jesus. You know, one of those mopeds downtown Windsor? Don't tell me you're on one of those things, man, all sauced up, bro. Be safe. Jameson Williams would get 2 touchdowns. Hey, man, that'd be great. That'd be great. I hope he does, bro. Kyle Juice Check. Still can't pronounce it. Yeah, just like the Juice. I call him the Juice, man. Kyle Juice Check. He's a good fullback. Now, that's a fullback, man. He does everything well. In other news, though, what would you think if the Bears do draft Caleb Williams and trade Fields to Miami? Dolphins get to keep the trend of stacking all the fastest player in the team. Fun to watch. That'd be nuts. Yeah, who knows what's going on with Tua? But Justin Fields is playing good football right now lately. Last 2 games, he's putting up numbers. You know, and I said to everybody, I said, be careful with this guy, man. If he clicks, if he gets it down and he starts getting that quarterback position down, he's throwing the ball well, he's going to be a problem in the NFL. In the last 2 weeks, I know they played some bad secondaries and some bad defenses, but Fields has looked good. He's looked good in the last 2 games, even though they lost to that Bronco team 2 weeks ago. But, yeah, man, you know, it'd be crazy if he went to Miami. I wouldn't mind him out of the division. He's a pain. Justin Fields is a pain in the ass, man. I'm telling you. Goff knows he will get paid for agency, so maybe he wants to test the market. It's a possibility. I think he likes it here, though. He likes it in Detroit. I think he would like to possibly re-sign. I don't see why he wouldn't. If extension gets done, it'd be an option to see if he wins a playoff game. That's when I think that, you know, if he wins a playoff game, I think that's when, you know, the serious talks get ramped up about his contract extension. Hutchinson 3 sacks. Why not? I don't see why not. Carolina cannot stop anybody from rushing the passer. Their guards are horrible. Their tackles are not much better, but they don't have a good old line, man. They really don't. And they got like that Chandler's, I can't remember his name, man, but they got a rookie guard in there that's getting eaten up alive. So attack him. If God doesn't resign, you extend Bridgewater with Hendon Hooker to be the projected starter. That's obviously what's going to happen if they don't sign Goff. You know, the good thing about it is that we got a guy that's got crazy potential. We haven't seen anything in Hendon Hooker, so we don't really know what he is at the NFL level. All we have is college tape, man, on him. And his college tape is fantastic, especially his last 2 years at Tennessee. You know, people can call it, man, this joystick, arcade type of offense. You know, just, you know, run straight and I'll throw you the ball. It's a lot more complicated than that. It is a little bit video game-esque, I'm not going to lie to you. But Hooker was putting up numbers, man. Insane numbers. If Ben Johnson ends up going somewhere without a rookie quarterback, maybe trade Goff for a ton of picks and start Hooker. Exactly. That's what could happen. I still think Ben Johnson's gone after this year. The offense hasn't been as explosive so far this year. It's still a top. What is it, man? Let me look at it. Yards wise, their offense is still a top 10. They rush the ball per game at a top 10 level. They rush the ball 4 yards per carry, puts them at 21. Their passing is eighth overall. QBR 11th. They don't give up sacks. Everything you say about this offense is top. It's either top 10 or top 15 to 20. They don't drop. The only thing that they have, they only rush for 4 yards a carry. And that's good. I think 4 yards a carry is pretty solid. Puts them at 21. It's pretty low when you hear about it, but the offense isn't the problem. So you might see, man, the Goff's looking for money, and I think he's going to deserve it. So I usually just watch the taped editions. That's okay. How does the division shake out after week 17? Oof, I don't know, bro. It's early. You know, we can make our – you talking about the NFC North? You talking about the NFC North? I think we're winning the division. I really do. I think we got some tough games up ahead, though. But I still see this team winning 11 games, winning the division. I think we're going to win it with 11, possibly 12. I don't think there's going to be a team in this division that's going to get 9 to 10. I don't think 10 wins. I don't think the Packers will get 10 wins. I don't think Minnesota will. I don't think Chicago will. even though Chicago could be creeping up on some people, I just, I think it's our division to lose. I really do. And I haven't been able to say that in a while, but I'm saying us first, Green Bay second, Minnesota third, and then maybe Chicago third. Maybe Chicago third, and I'll say the Vikings drop to fourth. A little bit of a hot take. If we don't keep Goff, I want to go after Shedeur Sanders. What y'all think? I don't know if he'll end up a top 5 pick, and if so, I wouldn't sell the ranch for the dude, but still, kids got to know the game well. I like him too, man, but Deion's a pain in the ass, man. I like Deion Sanders, but he's a pain, bro. He's a little bit of a pain. But I do like Shedeur. I got a buddy that's in love with Shedeur Sanders as well. Nice pass, go blue. Uh-oh. When was the last time we were favored? Well, we've been favored this year for, I think, most every game except were we favored in Kansas City? No, we weren't favored in Kansas City. We've been favored every game this year. Pretty sure. Right? Seattle, we were favored. We lost. We were favored in Green Bay. We were favored against Atlanta. So, yeah, we've been favored. Oh, by 10. Okay. Yeah, no, that's crazy. Yeah, I can't remember the last time that, bro. 24-3. Just put on a show. No, I'm not drinking? Okay. I thought you were, my friend. I thought you were. We've been saying this about Justin Fields since day one, bro. Exactly. And, I watched him yesterday. He made some really good throws. Made a couple boneheaded throws that I thought too that were bad, but I'm not going to say he's turned a corner. I always said that kid, man, if that kid gets it right, he's going to be a problem for us for years to come. We're negative on turnovers this year. Who do you think will force the most turnovers on defense this year? Who do you think will force the most turnovers on defense? For us, man, I'm going to say, man, picks wise, I still like this. I still like to think it's going to be Kirby that's going to be leading the team. It'd be nice to have him back this week. Hutchinson could too, though. Hutchinson with the strip sacks, Hutchinson's just becoming a dog, man. He's coming a dog. So I'll say Kirby or Hutch. Imagine the Max Crosby scenario. That'd be crazy, but you're giving up a ton. I saw the one scenario where you're giving up James Houston, you're giving up a first-round pick, then you're giving up your fourth, and you're giving up another pick. You're giving up all the picks that you acquired in trades. I think it was the 4th-round pick or 5th-round pick from Minnesota, the 4th-round pick from, Swift deal, but then, a first, and then Houston. I think that's too much. I like Max Crosby a lot, though. He's a guy that has averaged 10, 11 sacks a season, averaged. And I think him paired up with Hutchinson would be scary because I think they're both very similar. They're both extremely similar. They both got insane motors. I think Crosby plays the run really well. He's a big time tackler for a DN. You don't see that a lot where he requires a lot of tackles. I think him and Hutch would be. I think if they're really serious, that they could inquire about it. The Raiders got to keep losing though. And we'll see what happens there. How much longer is Houston out? Was he 6 to 8 weeks? So maybe he's due back. Maybe possibly week 7, week 8, week 9. I don't know, bro. I think it was a 6 to 8 week injury. So we'll see what happens there. Let's just say week 9, week 10. I don't know. It's kind of a guess. Why are Michigan fans, Joshua 3, scared of Urban? I don't think one Michigan fan is afraid of Urban Meyer coming to Sparty. And I think Urban Meyer shot that down anyways. Nobody's afraid of that guy. Come on, bro. I'm thinking 4 or 5 sacks at least against the Panthers O-line. Been watching tape. They look pretty bad. They're terrible. Their O-line's bad, bro. Especially their guard play. So I expect them to do well against that O-line. I think Ben Johnson here one more year. He wanted to get the Dallas Cowboys job. I don't know, man. I think he wants that Chargers job. To be honest with you, him and Herbert, I think it would be a very scary combination. I think Staley's probably on his way out the door. Who knows what happens there, though? But I think he's a terrible head coach. I think that'd be a great spot for Ben Johnson. Silver. The Bears have been moving very well. Free agency and draft. Fields could be scary. Let Goff leave. That is crazy. Last time I was at a court was Bobby Lane. Yeah, man. Hey, man, I'm all for Goff sticking around for a few more years. you know what? I have warmed up to that guy, staying for another 2-3 years. I don't care, and then they deal with the Hooker situation the way they want to. You either trade him or you have him as a backup for the next couple of years. I don't have a problem with it, man. I really don't. Goff's playing good football. He really is. There's some things that I don't like about his game, but overall, I'm fine with it. Definitely win in the North this year. I think so. Solskjaer, I've been talking about that trade next season since the beginning of Goff's tenure. Could happen. We don't have a clue what they feel about Goff, though. You hear one day that they're going to set, the NFL on fire, and they're going to, they're extending Goff, man. They're extending Goff. He's getting a big mega deal. Next day, you hear that it's completely fizzled out talks. They've tabled talks until future notice. So I don't really know. If Goff was going to be Dallas with Ben Johnson, Dak only has 1 more year in contract. Yeah, I don't think Ben Johnson's going to Dallas. I think they like McCarthy over there. I think he's doing a good job, but it's not a bad spot, though. Not a bad spot whatsoever. That's a good team. That's a really good team, Dallas. So I don't see McCarthy getting fired yet, but Jones is kind of he's a wild card. He likes to fire dudes. The Bears got 2 first-round picks this year. Both could be top 10. That's scary. The Vikings could have a top 5 pick if they keep playing back. Exactly, man. You might see the Bears draft Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr. You know what I mean? Imagine that. That'd be a little bit scary. Yikes. Viking fans want JJ McCarthy. Okay. That's not bad. I'll give that a star. I like JJ. I don't know if he's a starter. He'd be a guy that would have to be seasoned, I think, to become a starter. But I like JJ. I like JJ McCarthy. He's okay. He's a bit overrated, though. I think he's a bit overrated, but he might get a first-round grade. You never know. Hutchinson. What about him? Aiden? As far as I'm concerned, Gibbs out is a massive blow. It's a big blow. Massive. He has enormous influence on offense beginning when he does not get the ball. Yeah, because defenders follow him. We even seen it on the one little flea flicker, the one little what was it called? The one little end around to Khalif. It was a beautifully designed play. You saw like Gibbs coming this way and Khalif was going this way, whatever it was. Everybody, like 2-3 guys, literally followed Gibbs. Nobody followed Khalif. And Khalif had that open spot, and it was like he had that 40-yard run. So, now we got J-Mo in the mix. Hopefully that can happen with J-Mo. Lions have 6 sacks tomorrow, 1 interception, and a fumble. I think they're gonna have a bunch of sacks too tomorrow. Give Houston away? Hell no. I don't want him gone either. I don't want Houston gone, but he is a free agent next year, guys. If you didn't know that, like a restricted free agent. So we have a chance to sign him, but he has a chance to go sign elsewhere. We have a chance to match. And if we do that, we retain him. But if we don't retain him, and he does get like a contract by, like, say, the Ravens or whoever, if someone sign him, we get a comp pick. I don't know if it's 1 or 2 picks, but I know it's a comp pick. I don't want to trade any picks this year because the draft is in Detroit. Yeah, exactly. I can't wait to be there for that. These injuries are really testing up the Lions' depth. 100% they are, my friend. This is where you look to see how your GM builds your team. That's it. You know what I mean? This is it. JJ, stay out of the North, please. The Chargers keep winning. They keep their coach. Yeah, well, what are they, 2-2? They 2-2? They lost a couple games this year. They were 0-2 a little bit ago, right? So if they keep winning, they keep their coach for sure, just like Dallas. Dallas keeps their coach. If Dallas keeps winning, they're not getting rid of McCarthy. You have to take 3-1. So say the same thing about McCarthy. Wolverines are not scared of Vermeer. He'll get a lap dance on video and be gone too. 100%. I'm going to give that a star, my friend. That's a good one, Brent. I think K. Moore could take over if Staley gets fired. He could, but I don't think he's there apparent to that team, though. But, I think that guy is going to one day become a head coach. I'm Kellen Moore. But maybe they hire within. You never know. But I think I think Ben Johnson is going to become a head coach. And I have predicted the Chargers for like the last 2 years. Like I was like, I think he's going to go to Chargers. If Staley, I think, would have got fired, I don't think we'd have Ben Johnson this year. I really don't, man. Give Ben Johnson head coach money and keep him. Give him $1 less than Campbell every year. Yeah, you know what? They gave him the bag this year. You know, they begged him to stay. He was like, "Hey, man, I'm staying. I'm staying. I owe it to Dan." So that's awesome. Yes, not just we don't want that happening. Is that Carolina trade for Bryce Young one bad trade in the NFL? It could. I'm not ready to. I'm not ready to throw Bryce Young out the window. Um, I think he's going to be a good quarterback. Yeah, he just needs a lot of help, man. He needs help. He needs big time help. Justin Chase. Yo, Mark, who is free agent you want to go after next year's off preseason person? I love Brian Burns or Rashawn Gary. Bro, those are the two guys right there. I would love to see Brian Burns in a Detroit Lions uniform. I remember there was rumblings last year that they were possibly going to trade for him. Just those fluff articles that you see all the time. I'd rather have Brian Burns over Gary. I like Gary. I loved him at Michigan. You know, even though he didn't fulfill what he was supposed to be at Michigan. But he's always hurt, man. Rashawn Gary. He's hurt a lot, man. He's hurt a lot, but he is an exceptional talent. But Burns, bro, that's my guy. Trisha Miller, what's going on? We have depth. We'll be fine tomorrow. I think we're going to be good, Trisha. I think we're going to be good. There's a little bit in the back of my mind that thinks this is going to be a trap game, but I think overall, I think we're going to win this football game. I think we're going to win by double digits. I think I predicted 30. What did I do on my show here? I picked 33-17 from a preview. Go check it out. Make a comment. I picked it 33-17, so that's a fair. What's that? 16 points, something like that. 16 points, give or take. Laporta might be the number one option that the Sun got out. It will definitely be him and Josh Reynolds through the air, anyways. I think they're running the hell of the football, bro. They're starry up, Trisha. Use our tight ends. What's going on, Mike P? Use our tight ends as H-back at the blocking and better pass game. Help, not need a fullback. Just saying. Hey, man, I'm all about get rid of the fullback, Mikey P. I really am. Who's all going to the game tomorrow, guys? I'm going to be there. Who's all going to the game? Let's have a beer. Houston will stay here. He's loved and respected here. That is worth more than gold. Yeah, he's well liked. I just know that he's a free agent. He's a restricted free agent. He's banged up right now. He's not doing anything. He had a miraculous rookie season where, was it 8 sacks in 9 games or something like that? I love Houston. I love James Houston. A little bit of a one-trick pony. That's fine. That's one trick that you want to be able to do in the NFL if you're a defensive player is get to the quarterback. And just like chicks dig the home run, hey, man, dudes dig sacks, man. I dig the sack, and I really appreciate James Houston on this team. I really do. I think you're right. I think he's respected, and I think he's a really good ball player. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens when he comes back, how they're going to use him. Maybe maybe he gets lowballed again and we sign him to a 2-year deal because how's he going to be when he comes back? You know what I mean? I don't think he's going to get a big payday. Missing out on 6 to 8 games is tough. Imagine this scenario. Ben Johnson and Goff on Dallas play against Hooker and Dan Campbell. That'd be amazing. That'd be fantastic. I think the re-signing of Jonah Jackson is probably the most important signing in the offseason. Yeah. Apparently, they're trying to get that deal done soon, too. I think they want to get that done before the season's done. So you might see that. You might see that one. They got a lot of guys coming up, man. Jonah Jackson, Jared Goff possibility. Sewell in a couple of years. St. Brown in a couple of years. They can wait on those guys. They can wait on them even though they're coming up. Their contracts are coming up. They still got some time. But there's some guys, man, that they're going to be that are going to be like, man, are we signing everybody? So they won't sign everybody. Not everyone's getting signed to this ball club, guys. Expect a guy to be gone or two that you or I really love. This is the way nature of the business. You can't sign everybody. You can only have so much money that goes around. And not everybody's all about taking team-friendly deals. It's just the way it is. Randy Gregory traded for a 6th-round pick. He could have helped. Nah, he's not that good. He's not that good. He hasn't done he's done absolutely nothing in the last couple of years. That's a move that a team like the 49ers can make because they have the room to do it. He was just signed a big deal by Denver, man. He's in his 2nd year of that 5-year deal. He's 31 years old. I'm not really too fond of Randy Gregory. I wouldn't have been upset about it if they would have went and got him, but I wouldn't have traded anything for him. And I'm not saying the 49ers are bad for doing it, because I think the 49ers, they like to shoot their shot, man. They do. But they're not the end all be all of how the NFL should work. You know what I mean? But it's a guy that will fit on a team, that will fit on a fantastic defense. Like, he goes onto a D line that's phenomenal. So it's like he could help them. Did they need that crazy help? I don't know if they had an injury. I don't know what's going on there, but he hasn't done really anything in the last couple of years. But 6th round pick, hey man, the good for the 49ers. I thought he was actually going to get traded, dropped. So I didn't think they were going to trade for him, because he hasn't really done nothing in 2-3 years. He hasn't done nothing really in his career. He had like maybe 1 or 2 good seasons, decent. They need to use Houston as a pass rush. That's his strength. Exactly. Putting him on special teams and putting him chasing like tight ends around, I think is crazy. If you could trade for any linebacker for the deadline, who would you add? All depends, man. All depends. I got to look at the roster. I kind of like our linebackers right now. I don't know. I know you can always replenish. You can always get better. Who do I like? Who's out there? You're going to have to come back to me on that one, bro. One Pride 40, the king is in the building. Saint will play. Well, he's doubtful. I don't know, bro. He's doubtful, so there's a 75% chance he doesn't play. That doubtful tag is scary. He's going to have to really convince somebody, a trainer, Dan Campbell, Antoine Randall, his wide receiver coach, Ben Johnson. He's really going to have to convince those guys that he's good to go, because that doubtful tag is the kiss of death. You don't see guys playing on a doubtful tag. There's a 75% chance he will not play. But he's got that little bit smidge of a, 25% chance that he will. But it looks like St. Brown and Gibbs will be out for this game. And they just got need guys to step up. It will most likely be going to who? Reynolds? Happy Thanksgiving, Mark. Hey, thank you very much, brother. Thanks for hey, Stephen Tremp. What's up, brother? Thanks for the great content. Looking forward to the Lions win tomorrow. Absolutely, bro. I will be there. Jorge, I agree, man. Keep Jackson be the most important. Outside a guy being brought in. Yeah, they need to re-sign Jonah, and I think they're working on that. At least they're out for at least a week and not the whole season. Exactly. Sit some guys. I'm okay with that. Yo, it's almost game day. Woo, what's going on, Mike? Mark, you mean Mark. What's going on, Martel? How you going, brother? Bryce Young has great qualities. He escapes. He stays cool under pressure. He improvises really well. He was not number 1 pick for nothing, I believe. Oh, no, I like him. I like Bryce Young. He's small, though. He's small, but like no muscle. It's weird. He's just a tiny dude. Would I trade for Crosby? I would. I would definitely inquire. You know what I mean? I think the Lions need to make and I'm not all about, hey, we got to make a trade. We got to make a trade. But I think if they're dead serious about making a run, I think acquiring a guy like Crosby could put them over the edge. He's not the best defensive end in the world, but he is a guy that has a sick motor, averages 10 to 11 sacks a season. He's a really good football player, man. He's just really good. And I think him and Hutch, that's how you got to look at it. It's not just because you're getting Max Crosby. You're getting a guy that got insane pressures, quarterback hits, accumulates all that stuff, accumulates numbers in the tackle department, plays the run well, sacks the quarterback. It's not just that, but you got a guy on the other side that is a spitting image of him. They're very similar. Very similar. They almost twins, kind of. They're almost kind of twins the way they play. Just the way they play, man, with a crazy motor. And that's how you look at it. You're looking at 25 to 30 sacks. Honestly, you really are. And you're looking at an insane amount of pressure, and I think that could put them over the edge. They would be an absolute force. But You're giving up. You're giving quite a bit up to get him. I've seen some of the scenarios out there with all those draft picks, like 3 or 4 draft picks in a player. I think that's a little much, but man, I do love him. I will be there. That's awesome, Trish. I'm going to star you up again. I will be there myself. Chicks dig sacks too. Oh, gee. I'm Pride 40. Getting the star for that one, bro. If Saint really doesn't play, at least J-Mo's back. 100%. Nice to see J-Mo back. They're going to kind of slowly ease him in. You might be getting a couple bumps up. You might be getting bumped up in those reps, man. Zach's. He must be getting some bumps up tomorrow because we're losing out on possibly St. Brown and Gibbs. That's huge. So I think every wide receiver on this team just got to tick up. Expect Sam Laporta to get big numbers too tomorrow as well. Fire him up in fantasy football. Won't be a trap if it's not the starters. The backups won't get caught up in the mind game shit. They'll be balling. I hope so. I just say trap game, bro, because it's got that feel to it. We're up. We're favored by 10. We're at home. Panthers are 0-4. Lions are playing good football. It just feels like a trap game. It does. But I think the Lions are good enough where they're not going to get caught up in it. I hope. I would trade for an edge or defensive tackle and any other position if we do before the deadline. That's what I've been hoping for, someone on the D-line as well. Agreed. We need to keep Jonah Jackson. How much will we have to pay him to keep him? I don't really know the numbers off by heart, but he'll be one of the higher paid offensive guards in the league. He's got a Pro Bowl to his name. He's playing good again this year. He's going to be one of the top guys. I don't know if he'll make top money, but I seen an article where he'll probably be like top 15 money, maybe even better. All depends. But does have a Pro Bowl to his name, so that sometimes means something, I guess. But he's playing good football. I hope Gardner Johnson comes back soon. I see that surgery went well for him. Yeah, I think he's out. I heard for sure. I think it's the season, Dom. I think it's the season, but I heard there's a chance maybe after week 10 or 12 or something like that. So I don't know. I'm not banking on that. So we'll see. Big V is probably gone and dropped the right guard early. That's why I was kind of hoping they were going to drop that kid from Buffalo. I forget who Osiris Torrance, whatever his name is. Kind of hoping they were going to go after him during the draft, but they didn't. Buffalo got him. Can the Cowboys cut or trade Dak without too much cap penalties? Don't know the situation over there, bro. Let's go Lions. Tomorrow's going to be loud. Good luck, Bryce. We're going to get him, Trisha. We're going to get him. I'm talking about QB sacks. I know. We all love the QB sacks, bro. I know what you meant. OP40. Would be real nice for Lions to snag Chase Young. Yeah, Tony. I saw him give up a couple plays, man, on that last night's game, though, or Thursday night game. He gives up a little bit. Randy Gregory is Charles Harris with character issues. That's a star right there, bro, because that's pretty much it. I think Randy Gregory, I don't think he's as good as Charles Harris. I really don't, man. I got nothing against Randy Gregory. Just not giving up draft picks for him. Brad Holmes is a great drafter, so that's a remedy to free agency. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Ronan99, what's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well on a Saturday night at 9:09. Sorry you're coming in late because I will be getting off soon, and I wish I could stick around. Saint is going to get a bag next year, which should be his last year. Pay him or he'll be gone. Next year? No, he's still – well, yeah, it'll be his 4th year. So they still got a year. They still got a whole year to work on it. Yeah, and the cap keeps going up and up and up. So there's no real huge rush to get guys like that under contract. But you got to start talking about it. So, but he is gone by 2025 if they don't re-up him. Yeah, and someone will be looking for him, man. That's a guy that will get money out. He's not going to be a top money like a Devontae Adams or Tyreek Hill. He's not going to get that type of money, I don't think. He's going to get big money. He's disrespected in the NFL, though. He's pretty much disrespected because he's not 6'4", 225 pounds. It's crazy. Gregory's basically, he's depth. And he would be depth here. He wouldn't even start. Here, I don't think. It'd be him and, I guess, Charles Harris chomping at the bit. I'm not starting Randy Gregory over John Kaminsky. I'll tell you that. We need a defensive tackle that can help the line and McNeil. Yeah, man. McNeil's balling, bro. Isaiah Buggs is playing well. Ever since Buggs came back, we've been playing better in that D-line. Dylan, what's going on, my friend? Montgomery should have a day. I'm starting it because I'm starting him tomorrow in fantasy. Got me 30-something points last week, too. Brad Holmes. Daryl Richard, what's going on, my friend? Brad Holmes needs to stop being cheap and go get Devontae Adams or Brian Burns. Woo! Either guy elevates his team tremendously. It's going to cost a lot. I get it. I know that's where you come in with the cheap comment. I get it. Go get a guy like – I would love to see Brian Burns here, man. I would love to. I'd love to see Brian Burns. And it's probably a possibility. Get another pass rusher like a Burns or a Max Crosby. Go make some noise. Go get a guy like Devontae. Bro, I'm all in. I'm all in. It's just, hey, man, it's giving up a lot of draft capital to get those type of players. You are. And Brad Holmes loves the draft. I don't think it's the money thing with draft. I don't think it's a money thing with Brad. I don't think he's cheap. It's just that he's not stupid. It's just not about, like, you don't have to spend a bunch of money to make a good team. You know what I mean? I'm not calling you stupid, Daryl. I appreciate the comment. I love the comment. But I just don't think he's just going to spend a bunch of money. No, I think draft capital means a lot more than money. So that could be the issue. But I think if you're on a serious run, go get a guy like Brian Burns, Devontae Adams, and Max Crosby. I totally agree. But you're paying to get him. And that's not just financially, draft capital as well. What happens to Julian Okwara? I know he's back practicing. They opened up that 21-day window. I think it's on day 16 now. They have so many days to either activate him to the roster or they I think they activated him to the roster, though. I think they activated him to the roster today. So I think he's on the 53, but they had so much time to do that. And it was either that or shut him down. But I'm pretty sure he's on the 53. What's up, man? Reports say Jamie will indeed suit up and play. I heard that too. He finally got activated to the 53. He will be suited up and go tomorrow. Our linebacking crew is solid. It's getting better. Anzalone, I think, is very underrated. He gets a lot of slack in this town, which I get. Rodriguez is kind of, he's kind of that depth guy, special teamer. I like him. Jack Campbell, I think, is going to be special. Barnes is playing well. I like Jalen Reeves-Maybin playing special teams and probably one of our better cover linebackers. So I think it's getting better. I wouldn't mind adding to that, though. One more linebacker. Frank and Decker under contract to 2026. You got to love it. Let's give it a star. Any linebacker will be fifth on the team. Absolutely, man. I'm liking the linebacking position. Finally, it was one of my positions growing up that I played. I love the position. I love defense, and I love the linebacker position. So, yeah, man. I just thought with Pascal and Houston injuries that we could go get a guy like Randy Gregory, sizable on the other side of Hutch. But, yeah, he wouldn't even be for sure come in and be better. Yeah, and it's not like he hasn't really done much. Like he'd be depth here. He'd be depth. And I don't know if I want to give up a 6th-round pick for depth. I guess, like, that's what you're getting. But he's 30. He's 30 years old. He'd be behind Kaminsky. He'd be 3rd on the depth chart here. You know what I mean? Maybe he would get snaps over Charles Harris. I don't think it's a bad take on your part, Zach. It's not a bad take. I just don't know if it, how much playing time he'd get. But he would be some depth. He would be. Then Romeo or Harris. Absolutely. Abdominal injuries are terrible. No joke. Yeah, man. St. Brown, he's not playing tomorrow. Lawrence Taylor. Ooh, it's my favorite player of all time. Let Saint sit tomorrow. We need him next week. I think he's sitting. He's going to try to play, though. If J-Mo plays, fans need to give him some time to get back into football shape and shake off the rust. Yeah, man. He might be asked to do some things tomorrow, though. Is Kirby playing tomorrow? I think he's a go. I know he's questionable. And look, he was a full – I believe he was a full practice. My injury report, one that I do for my review. Go check it out, guys. My preview before the game that I do every Friday, Saturday, whatever it is. Kirby Joseph was a full go on Friday practice, so he will be suited up tomorrow. Can we see Zonovan Knight in action? Reynolds really just an emergency halfback, if that. I like Zonovan Knight. I think he's very underrated. Lions are going to embarrass Bryce Young. They played better with Dalton, but Bryce has a future in the NFL. Clear. Exactly. Dalton actually played well. You're right, man. Dalton played well, but the future is Bryce, and let's see what happens. They might bop him around, man. I'm serious. they are going to swarm that kid. If they can't get a pass rush against that O-line, we got problems. Crosby's contract is really cheap. Didn't he just get paid a bunch of money, though? He just got paid a bunch of money. But I'm taking him on anyways. I'm taking him on. Who would you trade for Crosby? Draft picks. I'd probably, listen. The thing is, I don't want to get rid of Houston. I don't want to get rid of Houston, but you might have to get rid of a guy like that. You might have to get rid of a guy like a James Houston. Dead serious. Now, I'm not giving up 3-4 draft picks and James Houston. If I'm going to give up James Houston, I don't want to give you. You might have to give up, man. They would ask for a first-round pick. I don't know if I would do Houston and a first. I'd do Houston, maybe a second, and then a fourth or a fifth. Then I would want back like a sixth or a seventh. And Crosby. That's just me being selfish. You know what I mean? I'm just being selfish right there. That's probably not even legit. But you're going to have to give up a ton to get Crosby, and I would work on draft picks. I don't know if I want to give up a first round pick, but you probably are because he's a hell of a ball player. Does J-Mo finish the season with more total yards than Khalif? I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say yes. Kind of going on a limb there, yeah. Romeo Okwara and some picks for Crosby. I'd throw Romeo in the mix, but does anybody want Romeo? That's the only thing, bro. Who wants Romeo Okwara? Right? Like, who wants him? I think you would want a James Houston, a younger version, a guy that can get to the quarterback and just make him a pass rusher. With all this bullshit that the Lions are trying to make him a cover guy, playing him on special teams, I get it. You want him on the field, but, man, it's tough. I'd like to see Graham get a contract extension. He's playing well. He's playing a lot better than he has the last 2 years in Denver, I tell you that. He was a train wreck in Denver. Team both of them, I would trade Julian in a fourth. I'd do that in a heartbeat too. I would do that in a heartbeat too, but I don't think the Raiders would, Ronan. Really, I don't think the Raiders would. You're going to have to give up more, man, than a part-time player and a fourth-round pick. Like, really, you might have to give up a guy that has potential, like a James Houston, and a higher draft pick. You know what I mean? Like, people keep saying, "Oh, Romeo and Charles Harris." That's all great for us, but you have to think, man. You have to think the Raiders will want something for Max Crosby, and they're going to want capital, and they're going to want if it's a player, they're going to want a guy that can play, not a part-timer like Julian, not a guy like a Romeo who's always hurt. Same with his brother. James Houston did get hurt this year, but I think he's got exceptional potential. Chris Mason, we win tomorrow. Start up. Look like you're in jail right there in that picture, bro. I sincerely feel we have everything we need to win a championship today. Let's kind of calm down a bit with the championship. I think we're on our way. We're building the proper way. We talked about Hutch and Crosby playing similar last season. It shows even more now. They're very similar. I've compared them to kind of a Max Crosby-ish kind of. I've compared Hutch to like a Crosby, TJ Watt kind of type player. Super athletic, can do a lot of things that TJ can do a lot of things that Crosby can do. I think the sky's the limit. If they had those two guys on that D line, it'd be insane. It would be nuts. Quarterbacks would be living in fear. They'd be living in fear. I wasn't saying Bryce Young, but to give up DJ Moore the number one pick in the draft. Oh, yeah, that is bad. Yes, that is bad, man. But Moore needed to change the scenery, and 4 tutty by J-Mo today. Woo! 4 tutties. Might pick him up in fantasy. I think he's gone. Marvin might get some catches. He could. He needs to. He's getting dragged by this fan base. Our D-line plays with their hair on fire. It's over. And I think they will. They're chomping at the bit, man. I don't think Max will be that expensive. I want to know what his deal is. I want to know what his contract is because I know, did he just get paid some pretty good money? I don't care. Like, I don't really care if it's money. Go get him. Go get him. You're going to have to give up a little bit to get him. Trap game. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about it, Chris. I'm a little nervous, but I think we're winning by double-digit points. But it's right there. We'll all be able to tell 5 minutes into that football game if they're not there to play. If they come in, they look rough right away. They got to come out. They got to score Quick 3-and-out. Get all over Bryce. Max coming soon. Mad Max. I love Mad Max. Thanks for this chat. The excitement is real. Excitement is real, Trisha. Thanks for coming in to the chat. I appreciate you. Bryce Young, not bad, but Carolina gave up too much. Yeah, man. Bryce Young's going to be good, though. They got to build around that kid, man. They got to build an O-line. You got to get some more weapons around him. You got to get a running game. Lots to do for Bryce. If we had not lost last year, then yes, a trap game. Panthers have our full attention. I think we do, too. I think the Seahawks lost woke guys up. Yeah, the Lions still hungry to prove themselves. Absolutely. Why doesn't Canada have a baseball league? Carnadia have a baseball league? What do you mean have a baseball league? We got baseball over here, bro. You mean Major League Baseball? We got the Blue Jays, dude. What are you talking about? And there's always talk about Montreal coming back. What do you mean? Larry wouldn't be too expensive either. Who's Larry? Larry. Gotta go, Mark. Great as always. Enjoy the game tomorrow. I'm going to be loud. Absolutely, brother. Are you going? I'll be there. Other than one pride, I think Bucks have our attention. I think everybody knows what the Lions are about right now. Quarter of the season in, people know what's going on. They might go after Minter from Michigan. Maybe. CJ Gardner Johnson will be back for playoffs. Bank it. I think if it's playoffs, he's back. Yes. Raiders fans going to have a fit when Max leaves next week. Next week? Chris Mason making the call? Okay, brother, I love it. Mark, how is CFL team doing? I don't even watch it, dude. I don't have a CFL team, really. I don't even know who's good, who's bad, really. Argos, number one. Are they a best team? They're probably doing well then. I honestly don't watch the CFL, bro. I honestly don't. I watched it one time this year when I was up in Kincardine at a buddy's cabin. We were renting out a cabin, and I put a bet on like Saskatchewan or something like that to win, and I won a couple bucks there. And then we watched like the last half of the game. I heard Taylor Swift went to the Chiefs game because she's a huge fan of Sax. She is. She probably is. At the moment, we have 62 in cap next year. And I think it's going up. So, hey, man, make that money. Kelsey spiked the ball through her heart. Oh, damn. He's a vampire. Oof. I've been on here for about an hour and 22, guys. I will be getting off at 9:30. I am on for too long. I can hear my wife and my little girl already yelling at my puppy because he's being bad. He's a hyper dog. He's not a bad boy, but he gets hyped up around this time. He's top 10 to 15 wide receiver. I think so, too. I put him at top 12, top 15. Easily. Super underrated. We're talking about Amon Ra, right? Be careful. Getting off soon. Uh-oh. LOL. Bugs balling out. Bugs. Smash the like button. And I like Steve Avila a lot. I do. I like that, man. Where did he go again? Did he go to Tampa Bay? Where did he go? Steve Avila. I forget who drafted him. Chargers? Bugs 2-0. Boom. I'm in. Mark the man. Thanks, Keitho. What's going on, brother? Yeah, he's not desperate like the Bears. No. Bugsy. Bugs getting some love. I like it. Romeo just activated? Okay. Commissioner's choice. JMO activated. Yeah, we need him activated, man. St. Brown might be down. Well, pretty much is down. AA, absolute leader of that defense. I think so, too. We need to be violent, aggressive on the D-line. I like seeing Jack on the D-line as a linebacker. Yeah, man, you're seeing Jack Campbell in there rushing the quarterback. A little bit different, but sometimes it looks looking like it works. I like it. Gregory. What about him? I'm behind, bro. Steve Atwater to the Lions. Well, imagine that. Imagine Big Steve. He'd be out of the league in 2 weeks. He'd be knocking dudes out. I know Holmes loves to drop at these windows in NFL close quick. I agree with you. Forget those picks and get a guy that can elevate, like Devontae. Puts us right there with the Niners. Dude, I agree. If you're serious about making a Super Bowl run, go get a superstar. As long as he fits your team. You can't just go get a guy, you know what I mean? But go make a move, better your team. He's kind of lazy too. Not sure he's a fit. Gregory, he is. We get 2 or 3 picks. I'm calling 2. Hey, Mark, is anyone playing tomorrow? Anyone? Yeah, I know, bro. The laundry list of injuries is long. We got guys like Kabinda, Brian Branch. It looks like Amon-Ra's out. It looks James Mitchell's going to be out with the doubtful tag. You got Gibbs with a doubtful tag. Those guys won't be playing, it seems like. So we got about 4 or 5 guys that contribute at a high level out. So, yeah, but a couple guys back, though, like Mosley, Julian, Kirby Joseph. So it evens out a bit, not really position-wise, but we got some guys back. So kind of, hit or miss. Houston, 1st, 4th, 6th, and 7th, and 17 million done. A 1st, Houston, 4th, 6th, and a 7th. Oof. Bro, that's a lot, man. That's a lot. That's a lot in 17 months. What's his deal? What's his contract like? Young is going to be like a deer in the headlights tomorrow. I think so too, bro. We need to get him. Check the contract, Mark. I got to look at it, bro. I don't remember how much he was getting paid. Did you say you're going to the game tomorrow? I will be there 100%. 19 million next year, then 17 million the next. That's for Mad Max. I hate Houston in coverage, so do I. You're just getting a star for that. Davis selling Raid piece by piece. He probably will be, including playoffs. We win 14 games. Yeah. Well, wait. Don't trick me there. Because don't trick me there. Then that means they're going to the damn Super Bowl. Because I said 11 wins. So they got to boom, 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 3. No, bro. That means I got to pretty much pick to go to the bowl. Riley, you trying to trick me, bro? You trying to trick me? I'm going to say no, man. I don't think we're going to the Super Bowl. I can't put myself through that right now. I don't think we're quite there. I think we're getting closer. We're building right. You almost had me, young fella. Houston in 3rd round for Crosby. If they would do that, I'd do that in a second. I don't think the Raiders would do it. The Raiders wouldn't do that. I'd do that in a minute. That's win-win. Insert Jim Caldwell's voice. Check the contract. Check it. You tell me, man. I'm giving up 2025 first in Houston for Burns only. Okay. All right, Daryl. That's, you're at least giving up a first, but you're giving up a first in 2 years and Houston for Burns only. I'd do that. I would do that in a minute. But would the Carolina Panthers do it? J-Mo will score on a reverse. I think he's going to score. I have a feeling he's going to get a touchdown. You guys are talking me into it. Oh, there's the wife. I'm going to give her a star. She's giving me a sign. That's a signal that your boy pretty much needs to go upstairs. And I got 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. I'm trying to get through all these damn comments. 41 in the room. Let's get some legs. Big dog for the big dog. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, Jorge. Period. Absolutely. Mark, the wife is calling. Exactly. 38 in the building, guys. We're almost at 1 hour. We're almost at, once we get to 1 hour and 30 minutes, I'm out. So this is a little bit quick, but we got 2 minutes right here up on the YouTube screen. Oh, brother, enjoy the game tomorrow. Thanks, brother. You too. You'd be surprised, Keith. He'll make a trade if he thinks he's worth it. I hope he does. Thanks, Mark. Love your work. Thank you, Ronan99. I really appreciate you coming in here. Oh, okay. There we go. Ogunjobi. Okay. Yeah, man. Josh Gordon in the NFL. XFL is kind of exciting. Didn't even know he was in there, man. One pride. Yeah, there will be a trade for sure. Ronan. Amon, arguably best receiver. Yeah, man. Amon-Ra's the man. Receiver. Josh is a godsend for us. You sure do watch the CFL. You watch the Chicago Bears. Yeah, Chicago Bears is tough to watch, man. But they played a good football game yesterday against the Commanders, man. Mike M. Lions D coming up big tomorrow and carries us to the dub. I think so too, man. Big signing. Big game for them. Bugs and Comiskey were huge signings. They were. Especially the Commish. Avila went to the Rams. That's right. He did. He did go to the Rams. I thought you were a big Argo fan. Oh, really, man? No, man. I don't mind the Argos. Like, I don't mind it, but I don't watch Canadian football. I don't. I got nothing against it. I just don't watch it. I'm going to the Lions next game in Tampa. That's fantastic, bro. Have fun. Win now. Like Avila. Hope Gibbs is just out a week and just a minor tweak. Yeah, I'm hearing it's just a, well, who knows? Who knows? He's doubtful, so it doesn't look like he's going. I was high on Zavala in the draft process, but he's been horrible. He's been terrible, bro. He's given up like the most pressures for a guard in the NFL, I think. I was hoping we would draft Avila. Lions can't wait till last season draft. That wouldn't make any major trades now. I wouldn't mind one guy coming in. One guy. Laporta comes a big tomorrow. The injuries on offense, I think so too. LMA, you trying to trick me, bro? He was, but I appreciate that question. He was trying to trick me, Riley. This talk should be more about Mosley and J-Mo playing. Well, sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. You know, Mosley's going to play. J-Mo 100% will be playing, and J-Mo was going to probably get a little bit acclimated slowly in, but it looks like maybe a little bit more with Gibbs and Brown out if that is happening. And then Mosley, too. He's going to be slowly eased in, too. He hasn't started a game all preseason. So, you know, Jerry Jacobs might even get to start tomorrow. Might even get to start at cornerback, too, man. You know what I mean? Next to Cameron Sutton. So, yeah, man. Panthers are not trying to trade Burns. You don't know that at all. See ya, brother. I don't see why they wouldn't try to. You know what I mean? They're not going nowhere. That team's not going to be good for the next couple of years. So he definitely could be traded. 100% he could be. Laporta will definitely have a huge game tomorrow. 2 touchdowns and 150. That's a big-time game for a tight end. I hope that comes up, though. I hate it when Caldwell said, check the report. Check the report. I remember that, man. That was good shit. Could we trade for defensive informators or Adams? Maybe both. I think Max Crosby could be definitely a guy. Maybe Adam. Maybe Devontae. Thanks, Mark, for the good content. Have a blast tomorrow at the game, bro. Thank you, man. Have fun watching it as well. Have a great night, Mark. I'll probably like to impact Crosby. That would be a huge impact. Absolutely. We're right at the end. You're going to be there tomorrow. Sorry if I already answered this. Yes, Nasty Man, Nate 88. I will be there tomorrow. I will be there. I will. 100%. I predict first play to J-Mo. Little slant. Boom. But that's it, guys. I'm an hour and 31 in. Sorry I had to do that little rush for the last 3 minutes. Just wanted to get down to the end. I appreciate everybody in the chat. You guys were awesome. Saturday night, quick podcast, hour and a half. Not that quick. But I really appreciate you guys, man, coming in. Go check out my videos, guys. I did a preview for the Carolina Panthers game. Big win coming up for the Detroit Lions. Is it a trap game? Better not be for those Detroit Lions. But thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. Boom. One love, man. Go Lions. One pride.